With a new season comes a new release for football shirts across the Premier League and, well, across the footballing world. And I today am going to rank all 20 Premier League home shirts. Finally, Bournemouth have released theirs, so like they did it last night, I think. So finally I can do them all because that was the one that we were missing. Right, so let's get started. First up, we have Arsenal's home shirt. Now, we have gone for a different sort of strip. Obviously, we now have gone with the cannon. Changing it from the logo, which I think looks clean, it looks nice, it looks modern, and I have to be honest, I think I'm unpopular in this opinion. This is my favourite Arsenal kit that we've released in a long time. There's something about it, something about the blue, that coats the red like on our badge. The shirt is nice and clean, it's not too crazy, it's simple, and when you see it with the shorts, it connects with the shorts. The only complaint I have is what is going on here at the back. No idea, to be honest. But apart from that, I am a massive fan of this kit. And therefore, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So next up, we have Aston Villa. And you can't really see it here, but they have gone for a bit of a basic shirt, to be honest. They've got the new badge on there, which looks pretty nice, pretty clean. They've got this at the back. I think that must be to celebrate 150 years. But apart from that, it looks okay, it looks pretty basic. The claret and blue is nice. I like what's going on with the collar. This is really ugly on the side of the sleeve. And the sponsor's just okay. Like, it's alright. It's an average kit. So, for that reason, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Bournemouth, who have finally released their kit. And here is a look at it. Let's change over to this tab so you can see it a bit more clearly. I like the gold going in between the stripes. I think that is such a nice touch, and I like that they've matched it up with the sponsor. Although, a lot of the comments are saying what I'm about to say. You can't have BJ88 on the front of your shirt. That completely knocks the shirt a bit. Also, I don't like what's going on the side of the sleeve. I do like the little hoop at the end of the sleeve. I think that looks really clean. But overall, the BJ's got to knock it down. See, I would say something like an 8 or a 9, but because of the BJ, I'm going to give it a 6. Now, next up, we have Brentford, and you're going to look at me in a minute and say, hold on a minute, that is not their home shirt, and you would be right. They have actually kept their shirt for the 3rd year straight. Obviously, this is a good gesture in terms of you're not charging football fans more money, but I do like to see a new kit, and if we are going to rank this kit, I mean, it's pretty average. The black at the bottom kind of doesn't really make sense to me. It looks a bit weird, but I guess it adds something to the shirt. The sponsor is hideous, let's be real. And I don't know, the black in general on this shirt is really like outstanding in a bad way. And I think they're going to knock it down as well for the fact that they haven't released a new kit. So we'll give it a 5 out of 10. Now next up we have this strip from Brighton. It looks very, very clean from this photo, and let me give you another point of view of it, and that is such a nice shirt. The little stripes in between the stripes really stand out. I like that the Nike tick is outlined in blue, white, but it's white in the middle, and if you look here on the back, it is a clean white color with just some blue hoops, which really, really, really looks nice and clean. I'm very happy with this kit. Like, as a fan, it looks very clean. It does bug me out a bit that the American Express is light blue instead of in keeping with the blue, or it could have been golden like they do on some of their kits before. I don't like that they changed the blue for that, and whatever's going on the side of the sleeves here, the Premier League companies sort this out because this looks hideous. But apart from that, I've got no complaints. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Next up, we have Chelsea, and this is a massive, massive Marmite kit. I mean, look at the state of that. You can't buy that, especially for 84 quid for this is extortionate. The red just... What is going on with the red? Why is there red? It's Chelsea. They are blue. They are blue and they are white occasionally. They chuck some white on their kit. What is going on? I don't like the watery looking pattern. I think this kit is possibly the worst that's been released, and Chelsea have struggled to release some good kits recently, I will say. Is this like an orangey red on the end of the sleeve? It's the same design over the whole kit and the shorts. They haven't done anything different anywhere else. They've just gone for this and said, yeah, that'll be it, which is really lazy. I don't like this kit at all. I'm going to give it a 2. Now, next up, we have some people's favourite kit. and that is the Crystal Palace jersey. I'm going to show you this image because let's take away the sponsor, because we all know that's a dodgy betting company. And this is what it would look like without the dodgy betting company on the front. And I actually prefer it without the betting company. As for the kit, I like they've got the badge in the blue. And they've gone really different with it. And I think it's very clean in some aspects. I'm just not a massive fan of it, if I'm being honest. The stripes don't match up a lot here. As you can see, there's this weird red thing, like, kind of connecting with the blue. Like, what's going on there? The collar cuts itself off, has this weird blue triangle thing. Doesn't suit the kit as a whole. I'm just not a fan of it, and I think everyone else likes it. I guess I'm more of a fan of simpler shirts, especially on a home shirt. But I just can't get behind this Palace shirt. I think it's okay, and I can see why people like it, and therefore, with the net, you know, I'll give it a 7. A 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Everton. Now, if we're going to have a look at this shirt, what a boring football shirt. They've just gone for some strange design on the front. The stake.com again, and then the collar is the only unique and nice part about it. I can't give this anything above a 6, and I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just an average football shirt, 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Fulham, and just look at the shirt. I mean, that is a beautiful football shirt. I really like the black stripes they got each side. The collar is so nice. I'm a big fan of these collars. And the white stripe in the middle adds a bit of detail to it. There's a little bit of detailing on the shirt, which is really nice. This is really ugly on the side. Again, on the side of the sleeve. Don't like what's going on there. The sponsor, I mean, whilst it's big and intrusive, it doesn't take away from the shirt. It stays black and white, which is nice. These red stripes could be a little bit better, but I think when it's on, when someone's wearing it, it'll look decent. Like, I think it looks a bit weird like that. But apart from that, I am a massive fan of this shirt, and it is going in my 9 category. No 10s yet, but a 9 out of 10 shirt from me. Now, next up, we have Ipswich, and I mean, at face value, I think this is a really nice shirt. Let's have a closer look at it here. I think Umbro have done something a little bit different. They've got the little red triangle there. I think that kind of stands out in a bad way. But apart from that, the stripes are nice and clean. It's a little pinstripe. And then you've got, obviously, the Ed Sheeran sponsor's a bit hideous, but it could be a bit smaller, and maybe it doesn't need the tour underneath, and I think it would be good looking. The white outline around the badge is quite nice looking, and overall, I'm a pretty big fan of this shirt. The side of the sleeve doesn't look too bad. It's just a bit of text, which is okay. And the collar and the like hoops on the end of the sleeves, they haven't gone for anything crazy. And sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes simple is fine. I'm a bit of a fan of this shirt. I think this shirt looks really nice. Nothing crazy though. 8 out of 10. So next up we have Leicester, and they have gone for, if I'm being honest, it's quite boring. Like, there's nothing to it. It's an average Leicester shirt. The gold's quite nice. It's a bit different. The sponsor is just really ugly. There's a Pac-Man on it. Like, what is going on here? BC.game. Clearly some dodgy betting company again. And the side of this shirt, you can barely see it. That's kind of nice. It's okay. Everything about this shirt screams bang average. I'm not going to go too much into it. 6 out of 10 from me. Now, next up, we have another Marmite shirt. It is the new Liverpool home shirt. And here you can see it in a bit better detail. And I did say earlier, I'm not a fan of wacky home kit designs. I like to keep it simple on the home shirt, and then you can go kind of crazy on your second and third shirt. This kind of does it for me though. I don't mind it. I don't think it's too crazy. I don't really understand the pattern. Like, what is going on? What does it represent? I don't understand it. The sponsor's nice. The side of the shirt is okay. I like that they got their badge and the sponsor and the Nike tick in gold. I think that's clean. And I think that's a bit of gold just surrounding the red on the collar stripes, which I really like. How I think this kit could improve though is just, instead of this collar, remember the Fulham collar? If they'd done that collar here with this, I think this would be a beautiful kit. I really don't understand cutting off the collar for this like really ugly line that just kind of goes through it, and it just, you know, none of it's connected. I don't understand that. I think they kind of ruined the shirt there, and for that reason I'm going to give it Do I give it a 7 or an 8? I'll give it a 7 because I really am not a fan of that collar. Next up, we have the blue side of Manchester, the Premier League champions, Manchester City, who have released... I mean, it's okay. Sorry, I'll get my cursor off of it so it doesn't zoom in. It's okay. I think it's quite nice, actually. I really like the collar and the sleeves. I'm not quite sure what it represents, that text, like the 0161. Maybe, I can't really think of what that would represent. I might have to check that. But I think the shirt as a whole looks pretty clean. It looks like it has a little bit of a design on the back and sides as well, which is really nice. It's quite simple. But I don't think they've knocked it out the park, done anything crazy. For that reason, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And over to the other side of Manchester, it's Manchester United. And this is truly a terrible shirt. You are a top 3 club in the world in terms of your fan base. Loads of people are going to be buying your shirt. The least you could do is make it look half decent. This is just a basic Adidas training top. You can get this shirt without the Man United badge and without the sponsor in TK Maxx. I'm guarantee it. You can get it in Adidas stores. You can get it in, any of these stores. You can get this exact shirt, but without the Man United badge. It is so basic. It is so boring. I absolutely hate that you would release this as a Man United, as Man United. It's just so boring. I mean, the sponsor's ugly as well. The side of it, the side sleeve thing's okay, and they've got this like weird, like look at this. What is going on there? That looks horrible. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, what is that? What is that? This is an absolutely terrible shirt. I can't get behind it. At least it doesn't look ugly. It just looks really, really boring. This looks ugly, but the rest of it is just really boring, and I can't get behind it. 3 out of 10. Now, next up, we have Newcastle, and it's another sort of boring shirt. Like, they haven't done anything crazy, but it is clean. My big complaint already is what is going on the side of the sleeve. That is some hideous yellow box. And, again, the sponsor is just so ugly. Like, it's just... What is that? What is that? Can someone explain to me what that is? No one knows that company, and it looks so ugly. Horrible. And I think they could also improve by making the Adidas be a black outline with a white interior, because it kind of like looks weird in the white stripe to just have a bit of black in there. I think the collar's okay again, and the white stripes are nice. Apart from that, it's a pretty average shirt. For me, I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10 though. Next up, we are moving on to Nottingham Forest, and I have to say, it's really hard to tell with this shirt. I really like the design they've got in the front, but I can't stop looking at that sponsor, and I've got a big thing with sponsors on football shirts. This is not like, this is doing too much. You just need a simple little sponsor, maybe a bit of text, and that's about it. Kayun.com, K with a ball. There is 3 separate logos for the sponsor right there. Just keep one of them. If it was just the K and the ball, it would look a bit ugly, but it'd be okay. I think it should just say Kayun. And that would be a nice, clean shirt. You've got the white stripes. The design's pretty nice. There's nothing special about it. But, it's about a 7 out of 10 if it just says Kayun. With the 3 fucking different sponsors, it's going to have to go down to a 6 for me. And next up, it is Southampton. And, I mean, you can already tell what I'm going to say based off the other ones. What on earth is that? Roll bit, and then 3 circular symbols, a yellow 0, a yellow O. The sponsor is completely taken away from the cleanness of the shirt. The shirt's really nice and clean. I like the collar there. They've done something a bit different with the red in the middle and the black, and I think it's quite a unique way of doing a collar and still making it clean. And obviously the side sleeves look pretty nice. They've got the Puma there, nothing crazy. A really clean shirt, right? But roll bit is so ugly, and it takes away from the rest of it so badly. I just can't get behind it. At least they're not charging an extortionate amount, 60 quid for this shirt. And it's going to have to be, I want to put this really lowly. That sponsor is so hideous, but I will give it a 5 out of 10. Next up, we have the scum of North London. It is Tottenham Hotspur. And I am actually a big fan of this shirt, although, Jesus Christ, I just realised it is 125 quid. for a really basic shirt. And of course, Tottenham struggled with their shirts historically. Like, they struggle to make nice and unique shirts. This is a nice and unique shirt. I like that they have gone for something different. They have incorporated the navy blue a bit more, which is what they need to do. You can't just have a white shirt. It will look ugly. The navy blue allows a pop on the side of the shirts, and of course it matches up with the shorts. It looks clean. I like what they've done with the little stripes at the hoops at the bottom of the side sleeves. And the AIA, I mean, it's not the best sponsor, but it's okay. It doesn't take away too much. Gives it another bit of colour. Apart from that, it's just an okay shirt, right? For Spurs, they've done pretty well. 7 out of 10 for me. Penultimately now, we have West Ham, who have released an absolutely beautiful shirt, I have to say, although this image doesn't really do it justice. Just look at that shirt. It is so clean, and yet it gets to the point so well. They've matched the collar with the side sleeves with the claret and blue. It looks really nice. The sleeves look really good. It's very clean. There's no over-the-topness on the shirt. It's just the plain claret colour. And then the sponsor's really clean. Nothing too much. Just Betway. That's fine. Umbro looks good. The main complaint for me here is what on earth is this on the side? I mean, you've got a very nice claret and blue, sort of like a... And not to mention the badge as well has gone claret and blue. I can't really explain it. It's very dull in the colours. The colours are dull, but in the best way possible. It's just... It's nice to look at. And then all of a sudden you've got this bright popping green QB on the side of the shirt, which really takes away from it, because otherwise I think this is a 10 out of 10 shirt from West Ham. And I don't think I can justify giving it 10. I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10 just purely off of this. I mean, that is hideous. Look at it. And finally, we have Wolverhampton Wanderers, who, at first glance, I thought it was quite a nice kit. And now I'm looking at it again. Wow. I mean, it is so ruined by the sponsors here. You've got this ugly JD badge on the side, and you've also got this Sudo sponsor on both sleeves and here, and this weird, you know, betting company going on. All of those sponsors take away. I really like the Wolves badge in the center of the shirt. I think it looks really clean there. Looks quite nice. And honestly, I just don't understand DBet with the weird grey, yellow, and red stripes on the E. Takes away from the shirt so much, and I think the collars are so clean here. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, if this was like a normal sponsor and this was a, you know, Adidas logo or a Nike logo, and there was, you know, not all of this going on the sides, this is actually bordering a 10 out of 10 shirt because of how clean it looks, and the little patterns on the shirt is very nice. Because of the sponsors, honestly, it knocks it down so many pegs, and I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10 because what is going on there? Like, I just don't get it. Well, there you have it. That is my review for all of the home shirts for the 2024-2025 Premier League season. No 10 out of 10s. I did have a few 9s, but I don't think any of these kits are 10 out of 10 if I'm being honest with you. I think a lot of them are very nice, and a lot of them just miss the potential. And I can't stand these ugly betting sponsors which ruin so many kits, like the Wolves shirt that you just saw. Let me know what you think of any of the kits. Did I rate any of them harshly, or are there any kits that I should have been harsher with? Thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.